Asia is a continent of immense intrigue, home to civilizations that boast ancient and profound histories. Within this vast region, the Philippines shines as a nation distinguished by its diverse cultures and rich heritage. But have you ever stopped to consider if the Bible mentions the origins of the Filipino people? Could there be any biblical references that trace their roots? In today's video, we will dive into the intriguing biblical connections with the people of the Philippines, revealing fascinating curiosities and mysteries that link this nation to the scriptures. This video has been highly requested in our ongoing series, which delves into the biblical origins of various peoples around the world. Don't forget to like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for another episode of our series, The Origins of Peoples According to the Bible. The Philippines, officially referred to as the Republic of the Philippines, is an archipelago located in Southeast Asia, surrounded by the Western Pacific Ocean. The nation is made up of 7,641 islands, covering a total land area of approximately 300,000 square kilometers. These islands are categorized into three main geographic regions from north to south: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Geographically, the Philippines shares maritime borders with several countries. It faces the South China Sea to the west, the Philippine Sea to the east, and the Celebes Sea to the south. Its neighbors include Taiwan to the north, Japan to the northeast, Palau to the east and southeast, Indonesia to the south, Malaysia to the southwest, Vietnam to the west, and China to the northwest. The Philippines is the 12th most populous country in the world, boasting a highly diverse population in terms of ethnicities and cultures. The capital city is Manila, while Quezon City holds the title of the most populous city, both situated within the Manila metropolitan area. The Negritos were the earliest known inhabitants of the Philippines, followed by successive waves of Austronesian peoples. Interestingly, among these early settlers, we find biblical connections through some tribes that are said to descend from Ham, one of Noah's sons. The arrival and influence of animism, as well as Hinduism, infused with Buddhist elements, and later Islam, led to the formation of various island kingdoms in the Philippines, ruled by local leaders known as Datus, Rajas, and Sultans. Over time, extensive foreign trade with empires like the Tang and Song dynasties also introduced Chinese immigrants who gradually settled in the archipelago and blended with the local populations over the centuries. The arrival of Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer leading an expedition for Castile, marked the beginning of Spanish colonization in 1543. Shortly after, Spanish explorer Ruy López de Villalobos named the archipelago Las Islas Filipinas in honor of King Philip II of Castile. Spanish colonization, administered through New Spain, formally began in 1565, and the Philippines remained under the control of the Crown of Castile as part of the Spanish Empire for more than 300 years. During this time, Catholic Christianity became the dominant religion, and Manila rose to prominence as a major hub for trans-Pacific trade. The Philippine Revolution began in 1896, aligning with the outbreak of the Spanish-American War in 1898. Following Spain's defeat, the territory was ceded to the United States, and Filipino revolutionaries declared the establishment of the First Philippine Republic. However, the Philippine-American War that followed resulted in the U.S. taking control of the country. This American rule persisted until the Japanese invasion during World War II. After the islands were liberated by the United States, the Philippines finally gained independence in 1946. The nation then went through a tumultuous democratic journey, including the peaceful overthrow of a decades-long dictatorship. Speaking of the etymology of the name Philippines, It originated during the 1542 expedition of Spanish explorer Ruy López de Villalobos, who named the islands of Leyte and Samar Filipinos in honor of the Prince of Asturias, who would later become Philip II of Castile. Over time, the name Las Islas Filipinas expanded to designate all Spanish possessions in the archipelago. Prior to this, the Spanish used various other names for the islands in the region, including Islas del Poniente, Western Islands, Islas del Oriente, Eastern Islands, and Islas de San Lázaro, Islands of St. Lazarus, the name given by Ferdinand Magellan. During the Philippine Revolution, the Malolos Congress declared the establishment of the Philippine Republic, officially called the Republic of the Philippines. However, American colonial authorities referred to the country as the Philippine Islands, which was a translation of the Spanish name. Over time, through the Philippine Autonomy Act and the Jones Act, the United States gradually adopted the name Philippines. The official title, Republic of the Philippines, was formally established in the 1935 Constitution as the name of the future independent state, and this title has been preserved in all subsequent constitutional revisions. The ethnic diversity in the Philippines is truly remarkable, shaped by a combination of external influences and the archipelago's fragmented geography. According to the 2020 census, the largest ethnic groups in the country are the Tagalog, 26%, Cebuano, 13%, Ilocano, 9%, and Bisaya-Binisaya, 8%. Additionally, the Philippines is home to 110 indigenous ethno-linguistic groups, which together made up 15.56% of the population in 2020. Among these indigenous groups are the Igorot, Lumad, Mangyan, and the indigenous peoples of Palawan. The Negritos are considered to be among the earliest inhabitants of the Philippines. This dark-skinned Aboriginal minority represents a remnant of the first human migrations from Africa to Australia, later displaced by subsequent waves of migration. Ethnic Filipinos belong to various Southeast Asian ethnic groups, linguistically classified as Austronesians, who speak Malayo-Polynesian languages.